Okay, the first step in tuning in is that you enter a phase that I call waking up. Maybe you're in this phase right now in some way. Waking up is when some part of your life is inviting you to grow. And it's usually motivated by discomfort. What in your life is uncomfortable, not satisfying, not working out, not reflecting back to the kind of experience that you hoped it would. Or maybe it's more dramatic than that. Maybe there's something in your life that has suddenly changed, for example. Maybe there's been a loss of job, a change in relationship, a physical upset. Maybe you've experienced illness or some kind of ache or pain that won't go away. Whatever is shaking the ground you're on, understand that at its root to be your spirit, your authentic self, your inner voice trying to get your attention. And that it's inviting you to come inward and to realign yourself with your own truth, with remembering who you are. So take a moment and think about what in your life is inviting you to wake up a little bit more to your intuition, to your inner truth, to your authenticity, to a deeper level of honesty, integrity. You might want to start at the most fundamental things, like look around your home or your sense of security. So sometimes I think it's important to maybe be a little bit systematic. So we'll work with the chakras, like start with the foundation. What in your life doesn't feel grounded? What doesn't feel secure? Maybe it's your physical health. Maybe it's your finances. Financial and physical health are the two major first chakra energies. So you might want to take a note there. Just maybe pause for a minute and think, how's that working out for me? And just breathe and go inward. And just, rather than think it, feel it. Do you feel good in your skin? Do you feel good in your foundation? Do you feel secure? And just breathe and notice. So we'll work on how to improve all that with the course. But just for now, just notice. The first definition of intuition in many dictionaries is to pay attention. So just notice. Maybe bring that awakening now to your second chakra, which is your emotional body. How are your relationships right now? How are they going? Not just love life, but maybe with family, with siblings, with parents, with your children, with your friends. Just notice. If you feel like your relationships are satisfying you, and if they're reflections of who you really are, or are they more superficial? Are they more combative or frustrated? Just pay attention. Because that's where your inner self, your inner voice may want you to bring your awareness. Maybe you want to look at your sense of personal power. That's the third chakra. And begin to ask yourself, how powerful do you feel in your life? And I don't mean power over others. I mean just in your power. Do you feel effective? Do you feel as though you're respected? Do you feel that you have good boundaries? These are the sorts of questions that I want to bring your attention to. Wake up to that. Pay attention and notice. And of course, notice your heart. Would you say your heart is open? Or is it protected? Is it defended? Is it closed? Are you suspicious? Are you guarded? Are you aloof? All of these qualities are important to notice, because if your heart isn't open, then you're not really available to your own intuition or to the gifts of the world. So, and when you're noticing this around your heart, I want you to notice the front and the back. Would you say you're open, or are you closed? And then let's go to the voice, your expression. Do you feel comfortable expressing your authentic self, your real feelings, your genuine desires, or how about this, your needs? Or do you find that you shut yourself down, or you don't really share what's true? Are you silent? Do you silence yourself? Do you feel unsafe? Or do you just have the habit of not expressing at a very deep level, a very authentic level? These are the sorts of things I'd like you to notice right now. And then let's go to the 6th chakra. This is the center of your imagination. Do you fill your mind with your own hopes and dreams and your creative desires? Or is your mind filled with negativity and drama and fear? Check in and get back to what you imagine is possible for you. And can you imagine that good things are possible for you? And then the last check-in I want to invite you to explore is what I call the crown chakra, or the access to your higher self, your divine nature, your spirit. Because that access is something you invite in. It's something you allow to make contact with. And we'll begin our course by just reflecting on these things over the next couple of days, or even throughout the whole course. How tuned in are you to yourself? It begins with paying attention. It begins with noticing. And it also begins with being honest. That is absolutely fundamental to your intuition, because your intuition actually is the voice of your authentic, true self, your honest self, not the smoke and mirrors and protections and artifices and projections that you want the world to believe you are, but really, how do you feel really? And more importantly, what feelings are you not paying attention to, or even worse, trying to distance from? This is where we have to go first to actually begin to access your intuition at the deepest level. So I invite you to take a notebook and write out your responses to every one of these questions, starting with your base chakra, your foundation, your security, moving up to your emotional body and how you feel there, your sense of personal power. Are you bullied, or are you a bully? Are you pushed around? Do you feel weak? Do you feel you have to protect yourself? Are you ready for the ambush? The heart, your expression, your vision. What do you envision for yourself? And then I invite you to also write a little bit around the idea of, what is my higher self trying to communicate with me now? So take your time, journal these things, and if things come up over the course during the next few days, or during the course of a day, or throughout the next month or so, just get in the habit of not only noticing, but giving voice to these things. Saying so, writing it down, expressing it, acknowledging it, because that opens the door, and that gets you on your way. So we'll stop here, I'll let you do that, and when you're ready, we'll move on to lesson 2.